Well, thanks everyone for still stay with us on the program. And of course, I'm still having Honorable Basi Akiba, member representing Odupane Municipality Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, with us here on the program to discuss. But let's get your focus more. And now there's a bill already on the floor proposing 6-year term for the presidency. To you, would this really galvanize Nigeria's unity, a pathway to getting stability and unity for everyone in the country? Because sometimes people, some section of this country feels they are marginalized.
Yeah. Honestly, to me, if we can get this through, if we can get this through, it's going to help us as a nation. It's going to help us because the agitation as to it should be this side, it should be these zones and all that won't be there, because why those agitations are there is because there's just no law, that clearly states how presidency should be rotated, how presidency should move. You understand? There's no law at the moment.
So even the gentleman understanding that we've been having from the south
to north, it's just a gentleman understanding. It's just a gentleman understanding, and that's why that argument. No, it should be the turn of the south. No, it should be the turn of the north. You understand? So when you have a law in place, there is no argument. What does the law say? Everybody goes with the law. So for me, if we can get the support of the Nigerian people to get this through, it's just going to be a good thing for the country. Because what does he say? He says, look, presidency of this country should rotate, among the zones. That means everybody, because I keep telling anybody that there's just no one zone in this country that do not have anybody that can lead this country. There's just no one zone. Every zone has somebody that has the ability to lead this country. So if we can get this through, it will give everybody a sense of belonging. Everybody will be patient. Oh, it's not our time. The Lord doesn't say that. So let's wait for our time. So we'll be struggling. But we are saying that whatever numbers that we bring out from the zone, it is the Nigerian people that will vote.
That means the political party have a role to play now.
No, they have yes, everybody. The political party, you are bound by the law. If the law says no, it's the turn of the Northwest.
So every political party should file in candidate from there.
You bring out the best. You have best from that zone, and allow Nigerians to choose. So the agitation is, it should be north, it should be south, it should be southwest, it should be no. Because it has always been, and that's why that heated argument. So for me, if we get that through, that's fine. Then the second thing that also our support, in line with that, is maybe having all of the election in one day. What does the law seek to address there? One, because I know, because in the field, before that we'll be having election in different national elections separately
and state elections
separately.
To the state.
So there are some people that said, okay, I'm not really interested in national elections, so they stay at home. So when it gets to state elections, they participate. Oh, I'm not really interested in the state elections, they stay at home. So when it's national, they participate. So if you bring all of that in one day, it will increase the level of participation. You see, because most of the times, a lot of these things that we call rigging are done where the participation is low. With the participation, there's going to be vigilant. Everybody's going to be there. Everybody's going to watch what is going on. And one election, in some unit that these people have an agent, because the people came out in their numbers and they were all there and ensure that the proper thing is done. So one day election for all of this election, honestly, is a good thing to go. It's going to even also cut down on the cost of conducting elections. You finish the national election, pay that set of presiding officers, that set of personnel and all that, and then move them to here and pay them again. So it's going to be like government. So if you have it in one day, if in one day it will bring down the cost, it is going to be a lot of, the participation by the citizens are going to increase. And that again is going to check a lot of irregularities, around the voting area.
All right. Now, let's look at the issue of food inflation. Currently, over 1.25 trillion has been spent already in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture in tackling this. Even the presidency said, give out grains to some states to start going back to, some local intervention for food inflation and all of that. To you, what has been your role in also seeing where you can contribute to providing a stable agriculture? Because it seems right now the food hunger on the land is quite a
I agree with you, my brother. The major, all these agitation, uprisings at different locations of the country is all about hunger. We cannot eat, we can no longer, feed ourselves and all. That is all about hunger. And that's why, like you said, government are into some palliative intervention. It's not a solution.
It doesn't solve the issue for us.
It doesn't solve the problem. It's not a solution in any way. But it is necessary. Because we cannot continue, because most of these things are long term. For you to get it, to where we want it to be, you understand, we need to, from time to time, bring up some stopgap. You understand, to be able to cushion the effects while you are going on the other thing. So my advice to the government, and what we will continue to say, is that yes, there should be palliative from time to time. Yes, government should look at that, as regular as possible, but a more sustainable program should be such that all of us should be looking at. Like, for example, in my federal constituency, when I set out to run election, I set out 5 things that I'm going to do. First is that the first 3 things has to do with my mandate in the National Assembly, which is the act of representation, the act of lawmaking, and the act of oversighting of the laws. And then the other 2 was actually to support all of this. And what was that 2? One of that 2 is that I will create an economic structure in every polling unit, because the polling unit is like community. Every polling unit, you must create an economic structure to see how you can support the people. So I'm happy that we've been on it. As we speak, we've been able to create, such a structure in about 500 locations. 500 locations, we've been able to create such a structure. We've taken them from creation to actually getting them to be registered with the cooperative office. We have moved them to even open an account with Bank of Agriculture, because we are working with them. Bank of Agriculture has a lot of package for this kind of people. It is an intervention bank, so they have a lot. So we'll be able to get them, open an account there. And beyond opening an account, we're engaging with different MDAs, you understand, to train them on different agri-value chain. And then we now support them. And I've told our people, because I understand that hunger is our problem. Yes, road is good, light is good, hospital is good, all these infrastructures are good, but somehow they are not free. You still need to access them with some sort of income, you understand, to be able to access them. So what is our problem? So our problem is that. So our problem is a bit of income. So how can we get our people, to move into generating an income, you understand, for themselves? Because for you to even access, for example, Bank of Agri, you understand, ₦1 million as a cooperative, you need to have about 25% of that, which is about 250. So if I'm able to, put about 125 million for 500 cooperative, which is like 25% of ₦1 million, you understand? So I will be able to get about 500 million cumulatively for the cooperative. That we can go into some, development, agri-development that could help us. Different agri-value chain, poultry, cassava, oil palm processing, different agri-value chain. And that can help people in the long run. Because I keep telling people, they said, look, a lot of you are looking for job, credential here today, credential tomorrow, and all that. How many jobs do you really think I will be able to secure? And then let us also look at the number of people that need to be engaged into one thing or the other. So we are talking about 1,000 people. So if I have tried, I will only be able to secure.
Because over 300 members are also scrambling for the same slot.
Exactly. So that's it. So that's why we are very focused on this. We are focused, to be honest. We are very focused on it. There's been a lot of distraction there. People thinking that money, you can buy us cars, you can buy us keke. I said that has always been the rituals. You understand? To what extent has that taken us to? So we must think out of the box. We must see how we can get our people to on their own. It should be some program that even when you leave, the program should continue. So we are talking to so many landowners as we speak to get hundreds of hectares of land for these people to start to. Because we need to go back, two things that it will solve, to generate, to get this sustainable income that could access most of the social facilities, social amenities. It will help you to access them. But beyond that, it's also because this cost of living, cost of food and all that is because of insufficiency. If we have it enough, the price will go down.
Exactly.
Everybody now decide to, okay.
The demand is high because the supply is low.
Exactly. If all of us, you decide, apart from what we are doing, go back to farm, I decide.
And it's subsistence.
So at the end of the day, nobody is buying from anybody. So everybody will. So the one that wants to buy will be selling at the price that, because I have buying. You understand? So that's the idea about what we're trying to do.
Very fantastic.
Thank you.
Let me get a take before we run up. There are already pressing issues in the floor of the Senate, the House. I understand you're on a break. To you, at the level of priorities, what do you think are those things that you should be able to pay attention to so that we can get Nigeria out of this? Because you said, I mean, it's not just you. Other members have said that the 10th Senate is a people's representative National Assembly.
On the floor as of now is how we can, as a government, deliberately see how we can reduce the cost of living. That's the most precious. If you get that done, Nigerians will be happy with you. It's not the issue. What is the population of Nigerians that are in government payroll? What are the population of Nigerians that are not in government payroll? We also have a responsibility to those that are not in government payroll. The way we have a responsibility to you that is government payroll, we also have a responsibility to those people who are not in government payroll. So when we are saying that, you must have a living wage, you must also think about those people that are not on any form of wage at all, or wages at all. So the most pressing issue for now is that we need to continue to work hard. We need to get our people back to the farm. We need to get our people back to the farm. Once we have food sufficiency,
to address this
you understand, it will address it.
Insecurity is also a challenge.
Yes, it is. It is.
In the north, in Benue, in all of those states.
Yes, insecurity is a challenge. When you are going into farming, you are addressing everything that has to do with farm. So when you say you want to go back and get people to go back to farm, you must address the issue of insecurity. So it's a holistic program. You must get that, because there's nobody that will go to farm that is not secured. So it's important, you understand, that bottom line is that no, we need to crash the cost of living in this country. That's the bottom line, because very soon you will see people on the street protesting.
That's already started in Niger State and other states.
Yeah, so we need to crash the cost of living. As we crash the cost of living, the way that we do things is again, the first thing that we need to do is to get people back to farm. People must go to farm, and in getting people back to farm, we must also look at the attendance, factors.
Right.
You understand? Which of course security is part of it.
Lastly, there are also concern of cost of governance. I understand the fact that probably in Nigeria political offices are lucrative, where there have also been an argument where we are having more richer politicians than entrepreneurs. To you, what is workable? Because it is in a country where we have more people being interested so much in political office and leaving the businesses of the day and other things that they should pay attention to, who are not helping the economy to grow. Talk about cost of governance. Okay. What is workable?
Yeah, the cost of governance. Thank you, for bringing this up, because one person that I've been looking for a platform to talk, because sometimes I heard Labour saying that
they said you are paid too much.
Yeah, they are paid too much, and sometimes they even compare what we collect to people in the developed world, what they are collecting. You understand? They do that, and sometimes they also even say that the work that we do cannot in any way match with the work civil service does. That's not true. A National Assembly member like us work round the clock. I can leave your studio that I have a call that is a crisis between the community and all that. I will try to see how to address it. I can leave the studio down, those things can come up. So we work round the clock. But beyond that, when you say, our pay is too much, my dear brother, and then you compare all the developed world. A parliamentarian in the developed world, all that he hears is things that has to do with the common good of the people. A phone call that is getting, if you get 10 phone calls in a day, it will be about the common good of the people. But in our own case, it's not like that. For 10 phone calls that you have, is about, I am sick, There's no food in the house. There's a burial. There's that. You understand? So please, lead us. And one of the things that actually drive me into seeing how, we can support the economy of the people by getting them to generate some income is because of these feedbacks that we're getting. So parliamentary in the developed world does not hear anything about the common, because our work is know of what should be the common goods of the people. It's not an individual thing. But in our own case, that's all. So when we now bring all that, say, oh, we're getting too much. I don't know how much you are getting. You understand? I don't know how much you are talking. But when you now compare us to the developed world, the parliamentarian that only hears about something that has to do with the common goods.
On sittings.
You understand? No, so that's something that has to do with the common goods of people. And then you also now say, oh, that we that receive calls that has to do with people asking for money, because, and you cannot, see, I don't blame anybody that called me for money. I don't blame. Because this issue of hunger that we're talking is everywhere. I don't blame anybody that calls me for money. Do you think that we will get when I tell you I don't have, and you keep insisting that you have, that I must give you? That's when we have a problem. But when you call me and say, oh, okay, I have, can you send me account details? So that's the thing. So no matter how much a parliamentarian has, it's still not enough until we're able to raise our level of economy in this country to where about 70% of our populations are doing something on their own. The moment we get it right, don't even pay a parliamentarian. You sure, we're not even happy because we tend to leave what is our core mandate and be facing some other thing. Our core mandate is that of representation, that of lawmaking, that of oversighting on the law. That's our core mandate. But the people, because of the situation, the hunger on the land, we have left our core mandate to a large extent to pursue money for our people so that you will be able to survive. It's not even for election. For you to go back home, when you go back home, if 50% that comes to your house, 49 are looking for money. So you must survive. So when people say, oh, you are getting this, no. What we are getting is not enough for the kind of pressure that we have.
The issue of economy must be solved.
Exactly. So we must solve that problem. Let's solve that place. Reduce, bring it down. Don't even pay per letter. I enjoy working for you because if you're
already working before politics.
Yes.
You're already doing it before politics.
Exactly. So I like a situation. That I come here. I have always been one person that I've been saying that if you do 50% of what we were sent from our place to here in the National Assembly, our people won't beg up for money again. We do 50%, but there are so many factors that is involved that we can't do even 30. You understand? Yes, sir. Because even your able. I always tell you a story. I was in one town hall meeting and people say, oh, we're happy that you are talking in the floor. I said, very soon you won't see me in the floor again talking. He said, why? I said, no, that's not what you want. What you want is money. And if you want money,
even the accolades is also influenced by intention.
Exactly. So what you want is money. So there's no way you can get that money in the floor. You understand? That's the truth.
Very big tax there. But yeah. I mean, we'll try to strike a balance to see how things will get better at the end of the day. Many thanks, Honorable Bassey Akiba, member of the House of Representatives, for joining us on the program Big Talk. We deeply appreciate your time and your concerns and contributions. We'll be glad to have you more on the show. And that's where we'll wrap it up here on the program, everyone. And of course, tomorrow we'll come with another episode again to look at other issues of national development and concern. My name is Siddiq Michael. Thanks for watching and joining us on the program.